So if you feel overwhelmed with LinkedIn, this is exactly the video I want you to watch right now. So in this video, I'm going to go over a 60-minute or less LinkedIn routine that you can start implement basically today to make your life better. And what I mean with make your life better is you will book more calls, close more clients, get your sanity back in the process, and just have more fun doing these things. And it's not just me that knows this system works. So, for example, one of our clients, he's an agency owner. His name is Atanas, and he used to spend like 4 hours per day on LinkedIn trying to make this thing work. And the only thing that got them was like burnout and frustration. So after we built him this 60-minute LinkedIn routine, he not only spent 75% less time on LinkedIn, also in 30 days, he booked 19 calls and he closed 3 high ticket clients already so far. So, like I said, he spent less time, he made more money. Like, how good of a deal is that, right? So, if you're now posting and you're engaging and you're commenting and you're sending all these messages because the so-called LinkedIn gurus tell you that to do, or you spend like 2 hours a day or 3 hours a day on creating carousels, like because again the LinkedIn gurus or some experts told you that, like I'm gonna tell you that that's not needed. So what I want you to do is focus on 3 things, and I'm gonna unpack them one by one in a second. Content, conversations, connections. So let's start with the most obvious one, content. So instead of trying to perfect your content and trying to optimize every single piece of that, I want you to make things simple. Like if you're currently not posting or you're posting inconsistent, focus on posting 2 to 3 times per week. Yes, 2 to 3 times per week is more than enough if you're in that stage. Also, what I want you to do is to batch create. And what I mean with that is that one moment in the week, you sit down and you create content for the rest of the week. Like, I don't want to advise you that every morning you wake up and you just start with an empty Google Doc and you think about what you want to talk about. So the batch creation is one, but in order to make that work, what I also want you to do is like once a month or something, sit down to ideate. Like already like splitting the ideation and the creation process is a massive unlock. So for example, one of our other clients is a health performance coach, John. In 2 months, he closed like 3 clients. And one of the biggest benefits or sort of takeaways for him was in terms of like working together is like we helped him create like split his ideation and his creation process and build a system for his marketing, right? Because he is a business owner, he's a coach, right? He's not a full-time content creator. So we have to find ways how to make LinkedIn and marketing work for him, right? So, and that's also something I want you to adopt here in terms of split the ideation. So have one moment in the week, one moment in the month where you just think about, okay, what are some of the topics? What are some of the ideas that I want to write about? Again, in an era where AI, ChatGPT, and everything is available literally at your fingertips, I very much believe that ideation and knowledge and information is never the bottleneck, right? Like we can literally go to ChatGPT right now and come up with 100 ideas for posts. Perhaps some of them are not good, but I will bet that there are like 40 at least, and this is a very low number, 40 at least will be great ideas. Well, if you have them ready in a document or like in a Notion file, you have 40 ideas for posts. Well, if you post 3 times a week, that's 15 weeks of content, right? So you have the ideation done. Then secondly, set time apart in the week where you just have 60 minutes of uninterrupted work to write. Now, what you want to do here is just focus on getting the stuff done. But perhaps you might not be the best content writer, right? Because again, you're a business owner, not a content creator. So what I do is I will drop a video in the comment section below where I show how we help our clients use AI and ChatGPT to create content in less than 15 minutes. So hopefully that has been helpful for you. And if you want to take that to the next level, we help our clients build custom GPTs, so a custom AI bot in their business. And this is completely part of the program that we run. But basically it helps them eliminate like 5, 6, 7, 10 hours per week in content creation because they basically have an AI at their disposal that they can use to write content for them in their tone of voice, in their specific like style, with their case studies, everything, right? So if you're interested in that, if you don't want to start writing your content again alone, make sure to hit the link in the description. It takes you to a page with a small video where I explain a little bit how it works. Book a call if you're interested in that. But back to the video. So now we tackled the content part, right? The second part, what I want to talk about in terms of like building this LinkedIn routine, this 60 minutes a day or less LinkedIn routine, it's conversations. So what I want you to suggest is, in terms of like, instead of like waiting for people to come to you on the content, you want to supercharge this process by reaching out to everyone that just engaged with your content or checked out your profile as a result. You want to reach out to them, you want to talk to them as like, hey, are you here for the content, or is getting a result on this thing, or getting like is one of your goals? The only reason, or sorry, the only purpose in that message is to figure out if this person that you're talking to, if they have a problem, you can help them solve. You don't have to chit chat about the weather. You don't have to ask about how their family is doing. You don't have to go all these like loops in order to build a connection. No, you just want to start a conversation, set the frame, and figure out if this person is someone you can help. If they say yes, or some variation of yes, you ask them, hey, do you need some help? Because if someone comes into your content, and like I said, for example, like if I post about client acquisition on LinkedIn, I know that someone that comes through that content have some form of interest in client acquisition on LinkedIn. So then you can just ask them like, hey, are you here for the content, or are you looking to get clients on LinkedIn? If they say, yeah, I'm looking to get clients on LinkedIn, the next thing what I do is like, hey, do you need some help? Like, closed mouths don't get fat. I literally just ask them, do you need some help? Very simple yes, no question. And that's also something what I want you to do, because I don't want you to get into this loop where you just have to chit chat with someone for months or for weeks, end up so much time spending in your LinkedIn inbox, and then finding a way where you can pitch to or where you can make the switch to pitching or offering your service, right? So that's the second part, conversations. And bear with me, like in a moment, I'm just going to say how you can structure your day so you can fit it in 60 days or 60 minutes, sorry. So bear with me there. The last part is a very crucial, often overlooked part, connecting. So what I mean with that is that you, on LinkedIn, you want to actively reach out to people that fit your target audience, connect with them, and add them to your network. Because the more you do that, the better your content will perform, the more conversations you can start. And of course, the more conversations you start, you can book more calls, and sign more clients, and thus make more money. You see how this all works together? So like I said in the beginning of this video, I want you to focus on income producing activities. So content, conversations, connecting. So that's the 3 C's that I want you to keep in mind. So in terms of the connecting, like LinkedIn allows you to send 200 connection requests per week. So imagine this. 200 connection requests per week means that you can connect with, like I said, 200 people per week that fit your target audience specifically. And if, to quote Alex Hormozi here, a lead is someone you can contact. So people often say like, hey, I don't have any leads. I'm like, bro, you do have leads because you got an audience. So these people, these 200 people per week that you're adding to your network, these are leads. So you're basically adding 200 qualified leads per week. Sure, not everyone might accept your connection request, but from the clients that we've helped and the clients that we help set up the system, getting a 50 to 60% acceptance rate is very common. So that means that on average, you add like 100 to 120 qualified people to your network every single week. If you do this on a month, it's like 400 to 500 people that you're adding to your network, qualified in the target audience, like people that you potentially can help. Do that for 3 months and you're adding like 1,500 people. So it's insane how that compounds, right? So even if you have a tiny audience right now, like starting with connecting requests, like adding these people to your network, will have a massive, massive unlock on the rest of your business. So those are the 3 elements: content, conversations, and connections, right? So how do you want to structure your day then, right? Because I assume here you're busy, you might have the business to run, hopefully you have a family to take care of, perhaps you have hobbies, etc. You need time for yourself, you need to train. Like I train a lot, so I need to make sure that I fit that into my day besides the work, right? So a very simple routine is 2 times 30 minutes. So in the morning, let's say you post around like 9 a.m., right? What I want you to do is to log on into LinkedIn on like 8:45 and just start to warm up the algorithm, as I say. Like, I don't really vibe, but for the sake, like in the absence of a better word, I'm using that. And what I mean with that is that for the first the first 15 minutes, you just engage with people that have content relevant to what you're interested in. So this can be peers, competitors, perhaps industry leaders. You connect there, right? So you engage with our content and that gets some exposure. Then at 9 a.m., for example, you post your own post, you publish it. Then for the next 10 to 15 minutes, you make sure that you engage with the people that interact with your post, because that signals the algorithm that your post is like valuable and it will potentially push it to more people. So that's the first 30 minutes of the day. Then in the second 30 minutes of the day, let's say you do this in the afternoon, there I want you to focus on sending 10 to 15 minutes. You send connection requests to people. Like I said, it's very important to add these people consistently to your network. Then also 10 to 15 minutes where you just go through your inbox and you start the conversations with the people that have engaged with your content in the morning. So the people that liked your content in the morning, they commented, they checked out your profile. In the afternoon, you reach out to them. It's like, hey, thanks for your like. Are you here for the content, or is getting X, Y, and Z one of your results, right? It's a similar question to what I mentioned before, because what this does, this opens the conversation. Like I said, you don't have to pitch straight away. You don't have to like propose on proposing on the first date with dating is also not what you want to do, right? You just want to open the conversation, figure out where is this person and can I help them? And if you do this properly, like I said, you have 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the afternoon, or you can do 1 hour a day. But I would say for the sake of your like sanity, or just for the sake of simplicity, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon, and then literally you have your LinkedIn routine locked in. And like I said, it's not your theory, because our guy Atanas, he did this, massively improved his results, got his mental sanity back, booked more calls, spent less time on LinkedIn. And this is just one of the many examples that I can give you from people that successfully implemented this LinkedIn system, booked more calls, made more money in the process, and grew their business. So if that's anything that you want to get more information on, for example, with how we help people build the GPT, the custom AI bot, or how to run these conversations, or how to set up these systems in order to do the outreach, etc., make sure to hit the link in the description below. Gets you to a page with a video where I just talk a little bit about who we help, what we do, and how you can get involved as well. And with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.